Hello, John Bloodworth, Gentleman Crafter here again with another card sketch layout. This time around I'm going to be using some Oriental papers from Stamperia. So here is the sketch that I'm working with this week, or today rather, and I'll put it up there so you can keep an eye on it as I work through this video. I've got various bits and pieces here that I'm just showing you, some black cardstock, some Oriental papers from Stamperia, and some pearlescent card from Paper Mill Direct. Now I'm just starting out by cropping down the background layer, and if you want exact measurements please do head over to the blog gentlemancrafter.com, where you can download and keep for free the card sketch layout that I'm using here, and I list full dimensions on that as well. The card itself, by the way, though, is a 6x4 card. That's 6 inches by 4 inches. But you can obviously use this as inspiration to work at whatever size you would like, even if you want to work up to a massive A4 card. Using the pinflair bookbinding glue, as I have in all of these card layout videos, as I just find it works really well for quick adhesion and no wrinkling. So I'm just chopping down this sheet of tags / bookmarks. These came in the paper pad from Stamperia. It's one of their Oriental style pads, 8x8. And then on the back side of that there's this lovely sort of granite grey design with writing on it, or script. So I'm using that as another one of the layers. Then I'm going to crop down some of the pearlescent card as well. And then just another small piece for the lower area. Now I've done this slightly bigger than the layout, but that's fine. So I was just making sure I know where to put the first piece. As I've shown in a couple of other videos, I'm just using a gridded ruler to place a line against which the first piece is going to go. Generally after that I eyeball it, although occasionally I do measure again, and it's just really to make sure that at least one of the elements on the card is on straight. On the grid on the layout, by the way, every 2 squares is a 1/4 inch, so it's easy to quickly calculate where I need to put it. Same glue being used for the pearlescent card. And you can see how this pearlescent card just adds a bit of pizzazz to the layout, and that's why I've used so little of it, because it is such an intense sheen to it. Just using a sticker that says "Remember to Play," which is exactly what I'm doing here today. I was going to use a bottle cap, but I decided against it, and instead I thought about using some of these dies. So chuck them all out and I'll just figure out what works by eyeballing it. How are you getting on with these card layouts, by the way? I hope you're enjoying them. This is the 7th in a series. The other 6 are available to watch now on YouTube. Or of course you can also revisit my blog, gentlemancrafter.com, where you'll find details of all 6 that have come so far. And over the coming weeks I'm planning lots more, so hopefully they are going to prove useful for you. I've changed up the die cutting machine that I've been using for a mini electric one, just really so that I can just pop things through without having to drag them in and out of the screen. And also I got another plug fitted. I basically ran out of sockets. Okay, just using a scrap of the paper from the previous die cut to cut the leaves, and then I'm going to organize where I'm going to cut the flowers. I'm die cutting the embellishments from the same papers that I've been trimming and using as my layers, and this helps tie the whole thing together. You could of course use solid coloured cardstock and just choose the colour based on some of the colours that are in the papers. That's a great way of making sure that it all works together. Okay, just cutting out a couple more layers for the larger flower, and then I'll stick it all together. So the beauty of having the two-sided paper means that I've got various different combinations that I can try and that I can work with until I'm happy. The downside of having pudgy fingers is I do need to use tweezers. It'd be good if we could have maybe an extra pair of arms and hands. Okay, time to start building up these embellishments. First I'm going to go on with the leaves. Just a tiny bit of shaping on the tip of the leaf. Tiny little bit of shaping for the flower. Didn't even use a proper tool, it was that quick. It was just the handle from my bookbinding awl, or pokey tool I think most people call it. Okay, on with the teeny tiny flowers. That looks okay. We'll be adding a couple of gems though. I'm using a couple of different sizes as well, so the bigger the flower, the bigger the gem. Didn't have any huge yellow gems, so I thought just chopping the legs off this brad, poor brad, and then sticking that in the larger flower will just again follow that rule of scale, with the small flower having small gems and the large flower having a large gem. And there we go, card layout number 7 complete. If you've any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the section below this video. That's it for this time. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And for more from me in the future, please remember to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.